is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission.
Stand by to receive our transmission.
40.
Big welcome, please, for Andy Wright.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
And now, here's the world's greatest.
I love that. Good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for coming in today. Hello to Andy. Good afternoon, Andy. Hello. We've been on a little chat on the chat window there for the last 5 or 6 minutes whilst the advert was playing for T-shirts. And it was obviously the thing there was the T-shirts look really good, but the problem is nobody's buying them. So it's all right having T-shirts, but they're not selling. So we need to get some more. And obviously, if you want to buy one, then obviously the place to go is there. Andy Wright Travel merchandise, because obviously that was where they first appeared. There's loads of them, loads of T-shirts that you can buy from. There are only 4 on the screen at the moment, disability related. There are lots to do with Thailand. So, and don't forget, subscribe. We need them subscriptions. That's it. And on this channel, intolerance will not be tolerated. So beware. Be part of the action. You can join me on the live streams. You can actually join in with the live streams. Unlike other channels where you're basically just a commodity and your money or your mouth, your money or your what's it? Your money or your life? That's the one. So yeah, on here you take part in the show, and obviously the whole thing here is just to have a really good time. So it's either we're going to try and create a positive impact and give you a smile, a laugh, or a change of heart today. So welcome, and of course, it is 29th of December today. Nearly New Year. Oh yes. Good afternoon to Brian. Brian is in the house. Hello. Yes, Andy number 1, that's me, and Andy number 2, replacement number 2, Andy Manchester. So stepping up to the very lofty heights of Andy, replacement number 2. So doesn't sound very good, does it? It doesn't sound very doesn't sound very promising, but yes. So good afternoon to you. And of course, Mr. Alfie is in the house. La, 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 la. And of course, what we really need to think about is a theme song for Andy Manchester. I was thinking maybe you could have what's his face from Blur going, all right. No, I know, pretty good impression, I know, but unless you've got something else that you like, then we can arrange that, because we have lots of jingles that we can do. So if you want to have a jingle, you have to let me know, and we can arrange it, because we are that clever here. And of course, it is still December, just about. Replacement. No. There was another Andy who was number 2, Andy number 2, and as we haven't got a number 2 anymore, then you can step up to that mark and you could be Andy number 2. Otherwise, you're going to be Andy number 6. And I don't think you really want to be 6, do you? Andy number 6. No, it doesn't sound very good, does it, Andy? So, Andy number 2, yes.
Oh, that was so rude. That's decent.
Flipping heck, that's decent.
Flipping heck, that's decent.
Yes. So you're not replacing me. You're just replacing somebody else.
Is it wrong that I was totally aroused by that?
Honored to be a 2. What can I say? What can I say? I can't say anything at all. It is a good afternoon. It is good afternoon to everybody. Everybody is welcome, including all the ones that are not, watching who aren't talking, not talking and not taking part. And we do get a few of those. I really don't understand it. It's all the bells and whistles.
Wait a second. I don't like the sound of that.
Bells and whistles. And of course, oh, hey. Yes. So a packed show. We got a really packed show today with absolutely nothing. As per. Shall I do that again? That was crap, wasn't it? I'll do that again, shall I? I'll try that one again. Hang on. Right. So today we've got a packed show of absolutely nothing. That was better, wasn't it? That was a bit better. Bit more professional. Going to wear out my stream deck shortly. Some people say thank God for that, but hey, well, how? Yes, we do this every Sunday at 2 p.m. in the UK, and of course it is 2 p.m. here, but it's elsewhere. It is different times, such as Thailand, it's 9 p.m. 9 p.m. and in America it's about they're about 6 hours behind, so it's about what's that, about 10 o'clock 10 12 no 8 o'clock 8 o'clock in the morning. So welcome to the American audience.
Is it wrong that I was totally aroused by that?
Now I mentioned that because obviously the idea is that we are universal. We're global, basically. We are global. We have a lot of people from all over the world. And on Tuesday, we're going to try a very special thing. We're going to try a special thing today. Tuesday. We're going to try and do New Year's coming in, whatever you call that. I don't know what you call that. New Year's going over to New Year from New Year's Eve, so basically midnight. We're going to try and do that in Australia when it happens. We're going to do it in Australia. We're going to do it in Thailand. We're going to do it in Egypt and Europe. So basically Germany and Netherlands, and then we're going to do the UK, and then we're going to do the East Coast America, which is going to be about 6 hours behind the UK. So all of those New Year's days are going to be. Thank you. Yes. We're going to do a live stream for every single one. Live stream. Now, the conundrum, it is a conundrum, is whether I just do a live stream and start and then just let it run, and the bits in between will be just, blank, or whether I stop each one. So I'll do Australia and then stop and then wait an hour and do Thailand, and then do stop and then wait for about 6 hours, and then do Egypt, and then do one and stop, and then do Europe another hour later, and then UK an hour later, or whether I just let it run and I can do some music, I can do some other stuff. Andy, right, Science and Geography channel. Hey. Yes, I just thought it'd be quite interesting because, as far as I know, nobody else has done that. They'll probably do it now, but hey, I said it first. And I was here first. So maybe it might be a good idea if I just start it and let it run through. It'll be a 12-hour, basically, almost longer than 12 hours. It'll start about 2 p.m. I believe, just before 2 p.m. And it will go all the way through until next day about 6 a.m. UK time. It's a cracking idea. Yes. Of course, if you don't like it, you can just turn off and come back when it's on. But it'll be every sort of regular. I've got to try and find a way of doing it though, because I need to show on screen the time zones, and I was looking, as you do, looking on Google, because that's the best place to look, and other search engines are available. But I thought, I didn't want to say that. I wanted time zone. Oh, Timmer. I put Timmer. I don't want Timmer. I want time zone. Now, obviously, nobody's gonna watch it for 12 hours, so it's gonna be a bit silly. I could do some old stuff. Yeah, could do. It would mean staying up. But yes, you're right. Yes, that's a good idea, Alfie. Good idea. So what there is this map thing, which I'm quite impressed, but it's interactive, but it's not, it doesn't change as it goes through time. What I want is a time zone map that changes as according to the time of day. So as you can see, Australia, we're going to be doing this one over here, which is Perth. It's Sunday already. It's 10:10 Sunday, which obviously is 8 hours ahead. So 8 hours ahead, and then we have Thailand somewhere, which not Kuala Lumpur. We don't want Kuala Lumpur. We want somewhere. There we are. Sunday 9:10. So it's that's the next one that we will do, and they are 7 hours ahead. Next one we'll do is over here. Somewhere. Oh, where are we? Somewhere here. We'll do Cairo because it's on the same time zone. But there's a +2. That's obviously UK time, +2. So there's a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4 hours between the two. And that will be Cairo. And then I thought we could base it on Paris and have Paris, which is obviously a +1. No earthquake. No. And then obviously London, which is obviously normal time. Yes. And then the last one we'll have is New York, I think. -5. -5 hours. So whatever time that would be, I think it would be about 5 in the morning next day. Yes. The problem with playing Mr. Alfie's videos is that they're not prepared, and the ones from Egypt I haven't received yet. So unless we're going to go forward in time in a time machine so I can get them, then it probably ain't going to work. So I thought that would be quite interesting, and of course it will be plus 8 hours to minus 5 hours. What I wanted was one of those maps that has the I don't know whether we can change it on here. Time zones map. What I want is daylight saving. No. Time difference. No. What's that? No, I don't want that. World clock. Birmingham, New York, London, Tokyo. Oh, that's interesting. No, we don't want that. But what I want is the time zones with, yes, maybe time. Oh, I've done it again. Time zones with what's the word I need? Not interactive. What is, oh God, what is the word I'm not, what I want? I want current. I want current. Current, is it current? No, I want updated. What's the word I need? Time zones. Updated. Early learning. I want time zones updated. Time zone update. Time zones. Internet for dummies. Map. Live. That's the one. Live map. That's what I want. Time date map. Time map. What do I need? I want. Oh God. Global time zones right now. Here we are. What about this one? This one might be. Ah. There you go. That's what I was after. Yeah, that's what I was after. So it shows when it's dark. Darkness is coming this way, going towards the left. So that when this bit gets around the other side, it'll be daylight. That's what I was after. Wow, that's it. That's the map. So that's 24 time zones is what I'm after. Brilliant. I found it. So that's good. So we got that. We can add that on display. And it will show you where we are with time zones. Yeah, excellent. So we could do some in the short periods of time. Then we could do videos and stuff. Play some old videos. But for the very, very long 5 hours, I don't think I should be staying up for those 5 hours. I can't stay awake for 24 hours. I'm just a wimp. I can sleep all day, couldn't I, on the New Year's Day? But that defeats the object, really. But yes, that's a good idea. We'll try that. I'm still looking for that video, which is the interview of the lady of the night or lady of the afternoon, which Alfie did, which I'm looking forward to watching. But here it should be quite good. Of course, that's on the travel channel. What we don't have is the travel channel details, which I can I can pull those up. Where are we? That one there. So the Travel Channel YouTube is this Andy Wright Travel, and you can go on there and pick up that. There's some videos on there, and of course the normal, the one that we're on at the moment, which is this one, Talking Really, which is the latest video out yesterday, I think, was this one, the top tips PIP assessments video. It says that we've got 1,250 subscribers in YouTube, but it doesn't say that with that, which I don't understand why it doesn't say it, but it's a bit weird. Right, where's my snowman? There's my snowman. It's still Christmas, just about. It'll be another day and it'll be gone. Oh, thank God. So if you want to say anything, then you need to say that. We've only got 5 or 6 watching, which is probably 1, 2, 3 people plus 3 non-active watchers. But we are going live on Twitch as well today. So we're on YouTube. Let me have a look. And didn't want to do that. And Twitch. Where is it? Twitch. That's a Father Christmas, not a snowman. Picky. Bit picky. Of course, I'm just trying to find the Twitch thing. So we are live. You can see on here, we are live on Twitch. So for those that are Twitch fans, ho, ho, ho. Yeah, they've had a problem, Andy, lately. I don't know what's going on with it. I lost 10 on both channels. I lost about 10 subscribers. And I don't understand. It's not rocket science, is it? You either got that number or you haven't. You can't just go up and down every day. It's like, if somebody subscribes, then you just add one on. And if they unsubscribe, you take one off. It's not rocket science, as far as I can see. But suddenly, we had 10 disappear. Got no idea why. And it's just a little bit silly. I don't understand how stats on YouTube can be different to everyone else's stats. Because that is vidIQ, which I use on what's that? vidIQ. Where are we? vidIQ. This one here. This up here is a add-on program that you do for stats. You can see that we're doing okay. You're Talking Really is doing all right. Not too bad. Number of views, number of minutes watched, and the number of subscribers, which obviously is 10, nearly 10 down, 8 down on that number. No idea why. Absolutely. Maybe Diane Abbott. Oh, that's good. I like that. Yeah, All right, we'll give you that one. That was pretty good. I'll give you that one. Well done. Go see if she said give her a call, but I suspect that she will be in bed as per normal, but we will see. Give her a little call. Hello. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Wait. Hello, hello. Is that the right one? No, that's not. Is that the right one? What have I done? Oh, there we are. That's better. Hello.
Hello.
Oops. No, not outside camera. What am I doing? There we are. That's better. There she is. I'm calling Diane Abbott to have a discussion about the numbers of subs. Hello, Tad from Brian. Hello, Brian. Hello, Mr.
Brian.
Alfie.
Hello, Mr. Alfie.
Hello, Andy. Not
Hello,
that Andy.
Andy.
Another Andy. Not same. Not same Andy. Not same Andy. We have
Why?
many Andy. Many Andy. Okay. Another Andy. Andy Manchester.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yes. You happy? Happy? No, I don't think so. You're not happy. What's up, baby? What's up? What's up? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
What time you go to bed? What time you go to bed? 8:30. Why?
ว้ายง่วงนอน
You want none?
I'm sleepy.
Yes. You get up early.
Huh?
Get up early morning.
Yeah.
Get up early morning.
What time you live stream? Start live stream.
2 p.m. Do you not watch me on YouTube? No. Darling, why you not watch me on YouTube?
Okay, tomorrow.
No good tomorrow. Yeah, okay. But we have everybody and everybody watching and everybody in Thailand watching. Yes. And Bing Bong.
ไหนปิงปองสวัสดีค่ะ
So what did got? Bing Bong. Oh, I forget. Wait, I have for you. Hey, goodbye. Yes, I forget. Yes, that's your song. Oh, Dan. Dan. It was idea birthday, wasn't it? Yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Idea birthday.
Ooh.
What he have? He have they have KFC for dinner.
KFC and pizza. Oi.
KFC and pizza.
KFC and pizza.
Yeah. KFC and pizza.
I know it. I don't eat KFC and pizza.
No.
And
No
finish
good.
dinner 7.
Finish dinner. Yeah. Oh.
อะไรนะ
อะไรนะ
ไปไม่มีถ้ามีก็ต้องมีแต่เด็ก
อะไรนะ
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 ยังวันนี้โอ้ยเจ็บ
Magok Dan.
ไว้ประกอบแต่ประกอบอยู่แหละ
No, not me.
เว้ย
Magok
ทำไมต้องเว้ย
Magok
ตอนนั้น
Dan.
แม่แบตเหลือ5%เลยโคตรนานเลยครึ่งชั่วโมง
Yes. Goodbye. Go away.
โอ้ย
Darling, why are you tired?
I don't know every day
Yeah.
but every day 8:30 was sleeping don't have drinking just sleep early
Yes. No drinking.
yes sleep early just go to Pattaya oh darling I don't drinking I go with you every day
Yes. Go with me every day.
11 12
1, 2.
1
Yes. We go to Pattaya with Mr. Alfie and Nook next year. Alfie, me, you, and Nook.
Wait.
Next year.
ah
Ah. Next year. Ah. Elena?
อยู่ใกล้กระสอบอย่าง
Yeah.
ฮะ
Huh?
2 เดือนก็นับไปดิอีกกี่วันน่ะ
20 วันเหรอ
60 วัน
ฮะ20 วันเดือนนึง
60 what?
โอ้ย
60 what? 60 baht.
แล้วหนูก็ทำไม่จ่ายแล้วหนูก็
ชื่อ
ทำ
มาก
เสีย
บอก
ดีแยกแล้วหนูก็ไป
Give Dan Magok.
darling
Give Dan Magok. Give Dan Magok for me.
จุดตรงตรงก็คือได้เลย
Sian Dang. Foot
okay
bag.
darling
Sian Dang foot mag.
yeah talk to tomorrow I was sleeping
You want I'm sleeping.
yeah เสียงดังกันแดนเสียงดังกันดูเสียงดัง
Yeah, and foot mag.
yes
Wow, you have to tell everybody. Tell everybody live stream.
yes I wish everybody
Miss everybody.
yeah and I miss you
Miss you.
I miss you everyone
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes, you can say, everybody good night.
มานี่ก่อนแดนเอามาโชว์ปาก่อน
Everybody good night.
Good night ค่ะ แดนเอามานี่เรามาโชว์ปา Happy New Year
Good night. Good night, Dan.
Did I Happy New Year
Night. Hello. Yes, Dan. Very good.
Okay Good night ค่ะ everyone
Good night, Dan. Good night, Dan.
Darling.
Good night. What? Hey. What? Good night, darling. Anyway, talk to you tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Oh, that's good. Brian says good night.
อ่ะลูกอ่ะบายบายค่ะ Good night Good
You know,
night
Santa Claus. Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh my god
What? What's wrong? Hey, Santa Claus.
โอ้ย
What? La la la.
แล้วตัวที่เธอเลย darling
Whoa, God.
Oh, no, toilet. Toilet.
Good night
I'm in the toilet. Bye bye.
บายบาย
Bye bye.
Good night ค่ะ
Good night, darling. Good night. See you soon. Bye. Everybody, bye bye.
bye bye everybody
Bye.
ค่ะ
Oh dear. It's funny. Right. Well, there we go. That's it. Weekly chat. And it is, of course. Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah. It's funny. I've seen that before. Yeah, because it is coming on for 9:45-ish in Thailand. Now, don't forget, if you fancy having a chat live, and we've probably not got anybody that wants to come on, but if I give you the link anyway. So there's the link. If you want to come on, you can have a little chat for 5-10 minutes. We can do some stuff. It's gone a bit quiet. What's going on? Where is everybody? As you all know, we've got a packed show. Packed show of absolutely nothing. Now, what we're going to have a chat about we can have a chat, because that's what we can do. Is basically there is a campaign. Oh, hang on, what's going on? Mr. Alfie's on. Hang on. Let me just do that. Ah, look, it's Mr. Alfie. I can't hear you.
Good afternoon.
Ah, there you are. I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hey.
What would you like to talk about?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about? Okay. I was just going to talk about Duncan Smith before you came on there. There's a petition, because you know that he's been given a knighthood for his services, and people are not very happy about it, because he's the one that has blood on his hands, indirectly, of course, but he's still allegedly. He's still indirectly responsible, and they have more than 100,000 signatures so far, and it's a petition to stop him from having a knighthood because of his involvement in all of the benefit stuff that he was responsible for, and all of the alleged deaths as a result of that, benefit sanctions and stuff like that. So I was just gonna talk about that, but see that you're on.
My personal opinion on that, not in relation to Mr. Smith, but since it became public knowledge that people were actually buying these knighthoods and various other honours, personally, I think they should be done away with.
Yeah.
There are other ways to recognise people's good actions concerning charity, fundraising, helping others, helping the community, blah, blah, blah. Off the top of my head, off the cuff, a memorial plaque or something like that. But these knighthoods, I think they should be done away with.
Yeah.
Any system that can be corrupted is of no use, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
I've just put up the article, which is in the Mail, Daily Mail, which is the article that I saw. It's got 120,000 signatures by 11 a.m. today, which is a hell of a lot of people that are telling him to piss off, and he's not going to get it. But I think you're right. I think the whole thing is corrupt anyway. There's a lot of people who have been awarded it for absolutely nothing whatsoever.
Oh, you get the likes of Jimmy Savile.
Jimmy Savile, yes, exactly. Yeah.
I know that's only one example, but when you consider it was supposedly known throughout the BBC what he was up to, and then he gets awarded. Was it a knighthood, Sir Jimmy Savile, wasn't it?
Sir Jimmy,
it's just an insult to all the young kids that he abused over those decades, and that's why, because you award these things to people on the recent past and current activities. You don't go back further enough. I mean, so they should be thoroughly investigated from day one. Because it just makes a mockery of the system when you get a piece of filth like that. I know he had it taken off him, didn't he?
I think he did. Yes. Yes, yeah. I think he did in the end. But obviously the whole thing with that was the alleged cover-up by by the BBC because they actually knew most of that, but they chose to ignore it, and they were
Because he was
warned
a star by.
because he was a star. That's right. He was bringing in the cash, and of course it was rife. It's rife within the upper echelons. Even I mean, I don't really understand the story with Prince Andrew, but allegedly there's a whole thing going on there as well, isn't there? So it's quite prevalent in the upper echelons of this society.
I read a little bit about that on Google, but until actual factual evidence is produced, I tend to ignore it. You know, it's all supposition or bad-mindedness, which we all have to live with one time or the other. Don't
live with it. There's a lot of mudslinging.
Yeah.
A lot of mudslinging.
Yeah.
The very funny thing is how he has sort of withdrawn from public life. So it does make you wonder if there's something behind it. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah. And but then again, he could just be pissed off, and this is going to affect my family. All this bullshit, and I'll just keep me life as quiet as I can possibly do. So
yeah, let it all die down.
Yeah,
Rudy,
photographs, recordings, statements, written evidence, eyewitnesses. Well, that's a different kettle of fish, isn't it? But until that's produced, anybody can type words.
Well, as you know from YouTube, you don't need much evidence to chuck stuff around, do you? Exactly. Yeah. So, you know, people tend to believe what they're told without any evidence most times.
Yeah. No matter how ridiculous they read.
Yeah, even when there's contradictory evidence to prove. It's like, what? Can you not understand? Oh my God! Yes.
Well, the contradictory evidence is automatically downplayed as false news, isn't it? You're just saying that because. So you can't win. It's a no-win situation.
No.
And it is best ignored. So.
But certainly the ones that have been convicted, and you would assume that they had evidence for that. So, you know, you could pretty much guarantee that the convictions are justified. But in connection with the knighthood system, you're quite right. I think that maybe there should be some more in-depth research done into potential candidates, and if there is any evidence of wrongdoing, then they shouldn't get it.
Yeah. Well, this is the problem, I say, especially in the lives of people that have got a lot of influence. I've just watched the 3-part drama on Jeremy Thorpe's political career, which I've put on that hard drive for you.
Yeah.
And you could class it as dark humour, although it wasn't that humorous, but the way it was made, it was quite entertaining. But the men within the government that knew of his nefarious deeds in the gay community, which at the time was illegal, which I'm happy to see was decriminalised, but it was a massive cover-up, you know, the old boys network. When you're dealing with these people, you have little or no chance of getting out of the quagmire of problems it could cause you with those sort of people aiming the bullets at you. You've no chance, because they're classed as upstanding citizens, you know, beyond question. You know, and they were all bent, they were all at it, and they all knew about it within his circle of his government friends, his political friends. And at the end, he got off with it. You know, and the evidence was there, but the judge was as bent as an iron bob note. He was obviously part of the political echelon friends club.
Part of the problem.
You know, and, because you come from a impoverished background or from a community that has a high percentage of criminality, you're automatically branded a liar and just in it for the money, publicity wise.
Yes.
They don't think for one moment that you could be telling the truth. And everyone's innocent until, presumed innocent until proven guilty.
Unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way, does it? Guilty until proven innocent sometimes, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Lloyd is on. Hello, Lloyd. Lloyd.
What's next then?
Well, we can talk about Lloyd now he's here.
Yeah. Well, that was it. It must have gone over your head a little bit, that, Andy. What's next?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. All right.
I was talking to what day is today? Sunday. I was talking to Big Bert Thursday afternoon.
Oh yeah.
She's a little bit saddened by the fact that the dates have been changed because she had altered her holidays to fit in with August. And,
that's just true, isn't it?
June and July are totally out of her calendar. She can't adjust to accommodate him.
Lloyd, you're just a naughty man.
Yeah.
You're
she feels she's disappointed and she feels a little bit betrayed.
Well, yes, quite rightly.
I said, well, this is how Welsh men are. It's they can't be relied upon.
Well, we were disappointed, weren't we?
Well, of course. I took that hit pretty hard, because I was really geared up to meeting this elusive Welshman that I've only seen sitting in an armchair in a shadow in his little room. So I think he was excited as well, just as excited as I was.
I was really excited, yes.
Yeah, because you recharge your phone to make sure there was no problems of losing power when we tried to contact him.
And then you ring the number and nothing happens.
Nothing. Absolutely zilch,
You stood outside the reception of the hotel as well.
Yeah. But I would say we're seasoned veterans of disappointment and false leads. So it didn't come as a surprise, really.
But it was like a double blow, wasn't it? When we thought we were going to meet him in August, and suddenly now we find out we're not going to meet him in August.
No, it was a double kick in the nuts. It really was.
Oh, I really felt really bad.
He's got to live with that. It's going to be on his conscience for the rest of his life. And, which won't really affect our lives.
No.
But, he's going to get a lot of sleepless nights. As it leads up to August once he's back home.
Well, exactly, because he'll be going, if he's going in June, allegedly, because obviously anybody can make up a ticket stub, can't they? Anybody can make up a bit of Photoshop. So allegedly, if he goes to June and comes back, when we're in Thailand in August, he'll have to watch all of the live streams and videos of us having a really good time, and he'll be back in Wales.
Yeah. And all he can watch is just photographs and little video snaps of him on his own.
On his own?
There's no collective joyeties, is there? Jolly.
And there's no Big Bert. Big Bert. Yeah. That's just rude, really. Big Bert.
Well, the family's not pleased.
No.
But as you've just mentioned, is it factual or is it made up again? Because I know for a fact that the guy living in Pontypool, Mickey the Pen, he will copy anything, and you'd be hard pressed to put it against a genuine flight ticket and notice it's a forgery. So,
because to be fair, the image that he sent me was the actual the flight details, so the time and arrival time. Well, you can copy that You can copy that from booking.com or whatever. You can just Photoshop it, and you don't even need to change the information.
No. Well, this is it. I mean, so talking about images, he sent me an image of the supposedly young lady, well, middle-aged lady, he's going to meet up, and I saw the same lady in a ladies' underwear catalogue, wearing the same outfit. Yeah.
Really?
No, I'm not saying that's where he got it from. I'm not saying that for one moment, because I do believe in coincidence. Yeah.
She might have a job. She might be a catalogue model.
Yeah. But, I keep an open mind to it, like I do with concerning everything.
I'm doubly disappointed that I didn't get that photo. He sent that to you.
Yeah.
He didn't send that to me.
Well, we have this little repertoire between us,
Oh, I see.
I send him photographs of Alfie, and he sends me photographs of Thai ladies. I don't quite see the connection, but he seemed happy enough.
Could be about pussy, though, couldn't it?
Well, I was thinking that because obviously there's not very much examples of high Q in Wales, is there? Like, what is there? Fields of grass and sheep.
Sheep.
Yeah.
Maybe he gives JC the photos of Alfie, because they might be a relationship.
Yeah. I thought that. Yeah. It's a little bit of an enigma, isn't it? Yeah. But, I wish him well, and I hope it works out for him. But
have a good time in June.
Yeah, or with June. Yeah. There's one working in the sexy bar called June.
Oh yeah. He got to get there first.
Yeah, well, that's why he's picked June, because he can say, "Well, I was with June all holidays," and he wouldn't be telling lies, would he?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So
we'll have to
interestingly, did he not mention? I think I'm not making this up, but I'm pretty certain he said that he had booked the flight, and he got an upgrade.
Yes, he did use those words.
Yeah, which I'm not believing that, because he booked with Thai Air.
Yeah.
And I've been flying with them for 5 years, and I've never got an upgrade.
No. It was a wind-up statement like that.
I reckon.
Yeah. There's no chance on the face of this planet Lloyd getting a free upgrade.
Not in Thai Air.
No. I mean, say as soon as he starts talking at the check-in desk, they're going to strap him to the chair. They're not going to give him a free upgrade.
They'll put him in the baggage hold, more like.
Yeah. Drip feed him for 12 hours.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, he said he had it with British Airways.
Yeah.
So he said that's a wind-up.
I think I've had it with British Airways. What the charge for a seat?
Yeah, I've had it with British Airways.
Yeah.
I got a good deal though, Alfie.
Yeah.
I got a good deal. £829.
Yeah.
I thought was quite good.
That sounds okay. I can't even guess what I'm going to be charged for the August flight, because even though there are no children's holidays as such, travel-wise, you still get charged a premium for August.
Yeah, I think they don't worry about the country. They just say, right, August is holiday time. We'll charge everybody, everywhere.
Yeah. So I'll probably pay between 4,000 and 6,000 Egyptian extra.
But you have a slight problem in a lack of airlines, though, don't you, really?
Well, there is none. Yeah, I mean, say the direct flight only is via Egypt. So To be honest with you, I don't care what they charge because I don't want stop-offs. But we have, top of my head, we got Turkish Airlines, and a couple of others. I just can't think of them because I just don't look. For the amount of hours you're traveling, and I kid you not, some of these flights to Thailand, leaving Cairo, are 30 plus hours.
Yeah.
And all you're saving is £100 sterling or the equivalent of. Well, no, thank you. I'd rather spend £100 more sterling and get there in 10 hours.
Yeah. I can never understand people that say that they like to do that, because I can't see the point in spending that long. If it was a lot cheaper, if it was like £200 cheaper, then maybe you might think about it. But 30 hours traveling is ridiculous.
The way I look at it, I mean, I used to go twice a year. Now, once a year is enough to go to Thailand. But it's still something I'm looking forward to. So it's treat time. So I don't care what the flight ticket costs as long as I get there.
And
I want to get there as quick as I can because I don't really like sitting down for that length of time.
Well, who does? It's crazy.
Well, my main problem is guessing about 27 years ago. So I had a massive abscess removed from the base of my spine. It had to be cut out. I've never had that problem again, but if I sit down for more than 4 hours, that pressure point begins to tell. So I've got to spend most of the time on my side. So that's why I always go for a window seat so I can tuck myself into it. It's fine once I stand up, but after 4 hours, it starts to get painful. And I always have to carry a couple of painkillers with me for that reason. So I don't really want to travel more than 10 hours. That it's on the limits for me.
I can't even see the point of stopping off. Like when you do London to, say, Dubai, and that's 6 hours there, you've still got another 9 hours to go after that from Dubai.
Well, I've got a friend that loves long traveling. They really enjoy stopping off and stayovers to get to A to B. They really enjoy going around the different airports and what have you. But I suppose it's like train spotting. I can't understand why anyone would want to go train spotting. But it's popular, isn't it?
Yeah, it is popular. Yeah. Oops.
I just cannot picture myself ever being part of the Anorak Brigade.
But I did do Kuala Lumpur once. Kuala Lumpur is a huge airport, but it's only it's like a long, thin airport, so it's like a mile long, but there's nothing. It's just one corridor, just from one end to the other. So you do that. You walk down one end, and then you walk back, and that is it. That's the airport.
It doesn't bother me hanging around airports for connections. It never has. So I'm okay with that. 2 or 3 hours waiting for the first flight and then 2 or 3 hours for the connection flight. And to be honest with you, I'd probably have a longer wander around Bangkok when I landed. But you're pressurized because you've got time to get some money change, your SIM put in, then you have to meet the taxi. And as soon as you put your SIM in, you're getting messages, where are you? We've been waiting for you for an hour and a half. Well, it's still 20 minutes to go before the pre-arranged time. What's your problem? I'm at gate 3. Where are you? Well, we're on the ground floor. Why aren't you down here? Because I've got your email stating we'll meet on door number 3. But it's same as trying to communicate or agree something with an Egyptian. Egyptian time and Thai time, totally different from what you've actually arranged. So I always feel pressured to get out and get in that taxi as quick as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do like it when I'm in the taxi. I'm on my way to Pattaya, the beginning of the holiday. Stop off at the slip road after an hour, have a coffee and a couple of cigarettes before we carry on.
On the service station, do you stop off there? Do you?
No, the roughly halfway to Pattaya, you've got a slip road, and there's loads of restaurants and shops and parking.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
so I always tell him to leave there, and I give him 100 bahts. You know, go and get yourself something to eat. And I'll go in a McDonald's or somewhere else for a takeout coffee, have a couple of cigarettes and what have you.
Yeah.
Just stretches the legs a bit, you know, being stuck in an aircraft chair for so long.
Yeah, it is halfway, isn't it? Roughly, I think.
Yeah, it's roughly halfway. Yeah. But,
yeah, it's
very
quite
glad of
quick
the-
as well. I thought. I was
Yeah.
quite surprised by how quick it was.
Yeah.
It was like an hour and 20 minutes.
Mm.
Mind you, the guy was he had his foot on the floor quite a lot.
Yeah. Well, when I should have put that on a vlog actually, because they're always on about how easy it is to, or somehow difficult it is to extend your visa. You know, once your 30 days have run out and you have to go to the visa office and fill paperwork in and give another photograph, blah, 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 blah. It's piss simple. You just miss your flight.
Yeah.
And I got an extra week. Yeah. No queuing up or anything like that, writing and what have you, form filling.
And it only cost you 500 baht, didn't it?
No, the Gestapo, when it was on immigration, 1,000. I said, well, I'm actually on my over day now. I'm checking 1,000. Oh, well, you don't argue, do you? Just give her the 1,000.
Well, you don't have to argue with them.
No. She was typical SS material, you know.
Oh, Jesus.
So
it's Andy Manchester third. Where do you fly from to?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, my first flight is from Luxor to Cairo, which is 50 minutes. And then I've roughly a 3-hour stay in Cairo airport before flying direct to Bangkok, which is 10 hours.
10 hours. So you got...
And same coming back.
Mm.
The journey from my home to Luxor airport is approximately 20-25 minutes. But it's a nice drive through the countryside and that. I quite enjoy that. So,
obviously I've seen some of the footage that you did, and it looking quite good. I reckon that's going to be a really good series.
Yeah.
I reckon
I enjoyed it, to be honest with you. But to be honest with you, I was shitting cobs because I've always wanted to do some filming. What? Don't ask me why. Off the back of a motorbike.
Oh God!
Now, believe it or not, I've only ever been a pillion passenger on a motorbike once in my life, up to going to Thailand. And I really had to persuade myself to get a motorcycle taxi the first week in Thailand, the first visit to Thailand, because I was lost. I hadn't a clue where I was, so I had to get one back to Soi Buakhao. And I was crapping it. I just do not like motorbikes, especially, you know, pillion passenger. I've never driven one. But I was determined. It was like having a stupid bucket list. I must try this. And I only attempted it because there was one of these grip bars at the rear of the seat.
Yeah.
And two, Nook drives a motorbike extremely professionally. She doesn't take chances. And so I had that confidence, you know. And so I found it quite easy, actually, because obviously the camera was easy to handle. You know, you could grip it okay in your right hand and hang on for dear life with your left hand on this grip bar at the back.
Yeah.
So It was only a bit of a worry when you hit a big rut in the road, because obviously she can't see everything. That happened a couple of times, which threw us into a bush. So we got sideswiped with small branches and what have you. And apart from that, it was all right. It became actually quite enjoyable. Because you're traveling on the back of a motorbike, you've got a better vision of your distance.
Yeah.
Because you're not looking at the camera screen. So you can see something interesting coming up and immediately track it with the camera lens. So it's quite good, really.
Yeah.
And one of the days, she got a little bit lost going to this like hidden beach in Jontiem. Not the main beach. I'm not saying it's not attached to it, but it was way past the centre of Jontiem main beach run.
Yeah.
I do say the name on the camera, and it's a beautiful little like private cove. You know, no commercialism there. Yeah, a couple of beach sellers for drinks and what have you.
Yeah.
And, but she got a little bit lost trying to find it. And where we ended up was down this dirt track outside a hotel that Kevin Thailand blogged, Cabbages and Condoms.
Oh, yeah.
And because we were a bit pushed for time, I wanted to go in and do a vlog around there. I know it's been done by Kev, but I just wanted to do it for myself. So I said, Nick, when we come back, we'll stop off here and have a drink. I'll do a vlog. And be honest with you, we totally forgot. Because she was hungry, I was a bit peckish, so went to a restaurant on the outskirts of Pattaya.
But there is lots of good places that nobody else has bothered with because they're not really doing the proper job. I don't think they are. They're more interested in the bar girl scene.
Yeah.
If you're going to show, travel stuff, then you should really make an effort, I think.
Oh, she took me out for 2 very good days. I know John TM's been done many times, but it was new to me.
Yeah.
And we did the full walk right to the end. God knows how long it was, but I was knackered time I got back to the motorbike. But for me, it was interesting because I hadn't seen it before.
Yeah.
Just following the beach all the way along on the beach walk.
Because that does go a long way round, doesn't it? When you get to the end of John TM Beach Road and you carry on.
Very long way around. Well, at first she parked up in this hotel. Again, I name it on the vlog, Brett. I can't. It might be Pattaya City View Hotel, something like that, but it was well out of Pattaya City. It was on the beginning of John TM, which has a massive park attached to it. Well, I'm saying it's a park. It was absolutely massive. It could be part of the hotel. I don't know, but it had
probably
little restaurants and amusement parks for the kids.
Yeah.
Various things. That was quite a nice walk through there, and no hassle parking up in the hotel. But the hotel itself, it just wasn't for me. It was one of these ultra modern places, all glass and stainless steel, which I don't like in a hotel. And looking through the massive glass windows, it was soulless. I couldn't have pictured myself staying there. But the visit to Big Buddha Temple was interesting for me, although I'm not really into temples and tombs because I live with them all day here. But instead of just going up the steps to the Big Buddha, we circumnavigated the whole site. So that was quite interesting. I was quite surprised how much rubbish littered the place.
Yes.
Because I may be wrong in this assumption, but I think cleanliness is attached to the Buddhist religion. But there was just mountains of rubbish dumped down the embankments of all descriptions. And
it's very
these are on
sad.
a walkway where I refer to them as, oh, they look nice holiday chalets, from right to the top looking down. And when we got down there, they were obviously like family,
Houses.
for want of a better term, burial places.
Yeah. Oh,
You know,
right. Okay.
There was offerings inside these little chalets and what have you. And then you get all this crap just dumped next to it. You know, garbage, like household garbage, drink cans and food that had obviously been eaten, not left as offerings, but eaten by people and just discarded. You know, I thought, well, what a shame, like, you know, and, you know, a major tourist attraction like this. But,
yeah, it's sad. It's sad. But I think, not being rude, but I have a problem within the family because it's about education and they don't educate their children to have respect for stuff. They will just open something up and dump the paper on the floor. Yeah. My argument is that when I see it, I always pull them up. I say, "Oi, pick that up, put it in the bin." And of course they go, "Oh, what?" They don't understand what I'm saying because it's like, well, why would you put it in the bin? It's on the floor. You know, somebody else can deal with it. I think it's education, isn't it?
You do have the same problem here, probably as worse as I've seen it anywhere, really, that the amount of litter on the streets, as you'll see by the vlogs, just in the immediate area to where I live. And I can't stand litter. But the thing is, there's no such thing as litter bins. You know, you go to the UK, you'll probably see a litter bin attached to a lamppost every 100 meters or something like that.
Yeah.
Here, they're non-existent. So people do just dump it on the floor. They don't care. You'll see the street cleaner that I caught on camera. And his job is to clean the streets. But he just trundles past all this litter. Why? Because he comes down these side streets calling out to households that may have, be it a carrier bag full of kitchen waste or a bin bag full of all sorts of waste. He'll get a couple of pounds to take that off them.
Yeah.
Put it in a little truck, right? So he's not interested in doing the job he's paid for, because that actually is an illegal practice, approaching private households to collect litter. But that's how society is here. You know, same as Thailand. If they can earn a few extra cents or baht doing these little extra jobs, they will do, and they'll ignore the bigger picture. So it does look quite scruffy. But there's nothing you can do about it. No, but what did surprise me, and I was pleased to see when I did the rejuvenation works at the front of Luxor Temple, they'd actually not only put waste bins on lampposts, but they'd also put units of 3 recycling bins, glass, plastic, other. That really is a first in Upper Egypt, as far as I know.
Yeah,
they were all over the place. But the same as you see when I caught the skips that they put all over the place that are for people to put their household rubbish on, but they never use it. They use the flow around it, or they'll try and get it in from across the road by throwing it and miss. You know, right immediately behind one set of these collection bins, and I commented on it, an area of the temple was completely festooned in all sorts of litter. You know, again, they're spending millions of Egyptian pounds making it look really nice, and they are doing an excellent job. You know, hats off to them. And yet they allow these massive areas of litter-strewn land to be seen by, you know, all the tourists.
Many tourists, yeah.
Which is going to be filmed, photographed, and what have you. All
Yeah.
right, tourism is still down; it's still recovering, but there were a lot of tourists there at the temple when we were filming. So, it's just a thing that niggles me. Litter. I've never been a liker of anybody that litters. The only advantage here, you don't see chewing gum on the floors.
Oh, right, that's good.
I can't remember where it was, but it was in the UK somewhere. Might have been Liverpool, actually, when we made a 2-week visit once we'd moved over here. Meet up with friends. He took us around Liverpool, around the rejuvenated dock area.
Yeah, been there.
There was a section of walkway, an extremely large section of walkway, and there was literally thousands of blobs of chewing gum stuck to the floor. And I mean thousands of them, all different colours. And as soon as you see it, you had to comment on it. God, I've never seen so much chewing gum on the floor in my life. I believe they've developed a new like steam machine now to pick it all up.
Get rid of it.
I think it was Liverpool, they were trying it out, if I recollect correctly. But again, it's just more money on the taxpayers because they can't be asked to put it in a bit of paper and put it in the pocket and take it home, or put it in a waste bin, spit it out on the floor.
But again, isn't it? It's all about education, though, isn't it? Because I would never do that. I would never spread it out on the floor.
No.
So,
well, I chew quite a lot of gum. I did in Thailand because I found the air, even though the what's the word I'm looking for? The moisture content. I can't think of the bloody word.
Humidity,
that's it. Was damp. I still required to keep my mouth moist, so I was chewing a lot of chewing gum.
Yeah,
I'd never throw that on the floor because there's not that many waste bins in Pattaya.
No,
you know, I did the correct thing, and when I was in a bar, I stuck it underneath the table. No, well, I have a little trick. I always open my cigarette packet and squash it into the lift up lid of the cigarette packet.
Yeah.
And then I'll when the cigarette packet's empty, I'll throw it in the skip.
Yeah. But they do. I am slightly impressed with Thailand in the fact that they recycle stuff and they reuse it and they repair it rather than tuck it away. So you'll see, if you go down the back streets, you'll see shops with old machinery that they are repairing or redoing and using again. And you'll see there's plastic bottle recycling and tin can and beer bottle recycling. They do. And I think that's quite good.
Oh, they do this the same in Egypt. Even though they dump a lot of crap on the streets, there is a very active recycling and renewing process going on every day of the year. Now, in Cairo, you have a whole district. They have a special name for these people. They're all Christians. And their sole purpose in life is to collect recyclable refuse. Now, we're talking probably an area the size of Pattaya City. It's a massive ongoing system. And as well as collecting off the streets and from skips, they go house to house collecting rubbish free of charge. And it's like a ghetto area. I mean, so I watched a vlog on it 2 or 3 years ago, and the guy was saying you wouldn't believe the stench of this place, and people were living in atrocious conditions. But you would look up and to a 3-4 story home, because they all have flat roofs on in buildings in Cairo, and same as where I live. There'd be these massive compressed lumps of garbage, tons of it. You know, how it didn't bring the building down, I don't know. But you've never seen so much reclaimed trash in your life. Now, a lot of this was shipped to China, especially the plastics and the tin cans. There was big business exporting it to China. But of course, China cancelled all these agreements worldwide. They don't take anybody else's trash in now. Even though a lot of it manufactured in China, they don't want their own crap back. So that's made times hard for all these families. You know, you're talking about generations of trash collectors. You know, that is their sole purpose in life.
Yes.
And
they must make a good living from it, I reckon. Otherwise, I can't see that they would do it. You know, like this plastic bottles thing. I mean, they have thousands of these bloody plastic bottles.
Yeah, but you'd be quite surprised how little money there is in it. It basically puts a roof over their head and feeds the family. You know, there's nothing left at the end of the week to treat themselves with, because they're all wearing recycled clothes that they collect. You know, there's a big market in recycled clothes, and it just gives them a basic survival budget for the day or the week. You know, there's no big bucks. Now, you either do that or you starve to death. There's no option. You know, no.
Well, there's no social security, so yes, you either
there's nothing. There's no government help for these people. Nothing at all. Zero.
You either get income coming in, or you starve to death.
Yeah. Well, this is it. As I mentioned on one of my local vlogs here, when we went to a bread seller, which is the local flatbreads. You know, they're very, very thin. Size of a side plate, but the staple diet of any Egyptian. It's quite tasty, actually. And it's not that long ago that you would get 20 of these breads for £1 Egyptian pound. Now, that was when the exchange rate was 10 Egyptian pounds to £1 sterling. Okay. But after the revolution, the government cancelled all subsidies. And one of the victims were the subsidized bread. So today they have to pay £1 Egyptian pound for 2 pieces of these bread against 20. And it's the staple diet of the family household. They have this every day. So that's just one example of how tough they find in life at the moment. Because other staple foods like sugar, you know, and Egypt has a massive sugar producing area. And yet it's quadrupled in price, the price of sugar. The price of flour has quadrupled. The price of rice has quadrupled. Cooking hot oil quadrupled. And these are all the staple things they use on a day-to-day basis. So it's hard for them. But it's all part of the austerity laws. You either want a better country and living standard in the future, which is not going to happen overnight, which they sincerely believe will and should happen overnight. It's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8 years. You know, and across the board, it'll be better living standards for everybody. But you've got to get the money in the coffers before you can implement this.
Yes.
And they're very impatient. They want everything done overnight.
You
know, everybody's being hammered at the moment with extremely high electricity increases. You know, I'm paying 8 times more today than I did when I first got here. Yeah, and I can argue the point, well, it's okay for me, I can afford it, you know, which is fine and dandy, but you don't consider those locals that can't afford it.
Yes.
And, we're not talking about households with ACs on all day in the summers. It's just a fan and the odd light bulb You know, so they can't see where all this electricity is going. And of course, since they put all the electric cables underground, they no longer festoon the fronts of the buildings, same as they do in Thailand today.
Yeah, with all the cables.
Yeah. All that's disappeared now. It's all hidden underground, thank God, because it was an eyesore. Because they all used to attach their own illegal connections to the cables to get free electric.
Of course.
Now, yeah, they're quite happy doing that because they're not paying for the electric. But at the end of the day, not paying for the electric doesn't pay for it to be maintained and supplied to those that can and do pay. So they were slowly destroying the electricity system of, I say Upper Egypt because I can only presume it was the same countrywide, because so much electricity was being stolen. And the incorrect connections to the main cables was causing fires, explosions and damage.
Yeah, well, and it would do.
Quite high cost to replace and repair.
Mm.
And they just couldn't see, you know, you said, well, it's your fault. You've done this for decades, stealing electricity. Now it's time to pay for it.
Come back and bit you.
Yeah, yeah.
So how's your water? You said that you had...
It came back on about 3 hours ago.
Oh.
So about going back about 3 years ago, they decided to renew all the water mains in the city and the outlying districts. So we could go 5 to 7 days in a row, the water being turned off at 6 in the morning and only coming back on at 6 at night. So it's something you get used to. Several times we had no water, full stop, for up to 72 hours, which is not bad if you know it's going to happen. But this was one of the rare occasions the other day that a loudspeaker came round informing them that water could be off for 2 days. I wouldn't have known what it was on about. They could be selling fruit and veg for all I know, because they used loud hailers for that. Kalia was here, so she said, fill your kettle and pans, turning the water off for 2 days. Because nothing is given in English, you know, everything's in Arabic.
Yeah.
So, but it's not really affected me. And bit annoyed me water boiler popped. Because that same thing happened to my second water boiler here, this end of the house. I had to renew that. But they're only relatively cheap. Current exchange rate's about £60 for a really big water boiler. And they're made in Italy, so they're good quality.
Yeah.
So I have hot water this end of the house for showers or baths or whatever. So I'll pick a new one up next week sometime and get it fitted when I'm bothered. I'll fit it myself. Pretty straightforward.
Oh. Yeah.
So that'll cost about 35 sterling because it's a smaller one than I've replaced this other one with. Well, you're lucky, really. I mean, so there is good imports, Spanish and Italian imports, some German imports of this type of equipment. So they do tend to last longer.
Yes.
Than the Egyptian manufactured ones. Yeah.
Well-made kit.
Well, they are, yeah. Yeah, and the connectors and everything are usually Italian or Spanish as well. There's, so there's some ghastly stuff on sale here from China. God, it really is dangerous to use. Stay well clear.
Yeah.
But they've got this trade agreement with China connected to Chinese tourism some way. So there's massive imports of Chinese goods, and it is absolutely crap. It really is terrible. But the Egyptians would rather buy 12 items a year of one specific item than pay less for one good quality item that will last them 2 years. They only live for the day. So something very, very, very cheap that they need, they'll buy that. And if it goes in a month, which inevitably it does, they're okay
You just buy
buying
another one.
the same. Yeah. So, and you can't educate them. You know, they say, yeah, Marshy, but we didn't have 50 Egyptian on Monday. We only had 2 Egyptian. You know, fucking save up until you've got 50 Egyptian, save yourself 200 Egyptian.
Yeah.
You know.
Buy a decent one.
Yeah. So.
Yes, I find that when you go to Thailand, they tend to buy the first thing they see. They don't look around and say, well, let's see if we can find a good deal and then haggle on it. They will go to the first place and buy that one. And you think, well, you could have got a better deal. Could have got a cheaper price or a better quality or, I don't know, just impatient.
Yeah, well, they haven't got the patience to shop around.
No.
You know, they'll go in the first shop they see and buy something because it's got a really good low price. And the next day they're trying to get the money back because it's broken. You know.
Well, sometimes they don't even bother.
No.
I've noticed that where it's rubbish and they just say, oh, well, we'll just go and buy another one.
There's no such word as refund in this part of the world.
No.
It doesn't matter how much you paid for it, even if it's an obvious manufacturing fault. No. And they always say the same, even when you stood in front of the counter with the receipt in your hand, with the date on. No, you bought it somewhere else. You didn't get it from me. They will not accept it.
No, I know. I had that with many times with stuff that I've bought. Many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole different lifestyle.
Yeah, but you just have to live with it, unfortunately.
You do,
You
do.
It's regular with me. It's very rare that I have to complain about something. But I do have a little bit of leverage being foreign. They don't like to argue with a foreign customer.
No.
You know, so it's open to negotiation. Well, you can swap it for this one that's slightly cheaper, not quite as good as the one you just bought and broke, and we'll call it quits, sort of thing. But you never get like for like. No way. And they'll give you a 12-month guarantee within. It's worthless. It's not worth 12 hours, never mind 12 months.
Yeah. Oh.
I still enjoy life here, but like everybody else, you've always got time to moan about things and make comparisons.
And we will be human, will we? We'd like to have a little moan. Nothing like a moan.
No. And it's cold now. We're in single figures on the temperature scale.
Are you really? Oh my God.
The government have issued a notice that it must be a long-term weather forecast. It's going to get extremely cold next month. So at the moment, there's a mad rush on to try and get all the school examinations finished and over with 2 weeks in advance, because they're talking about closing all the schools for a month. This cold snap that's heading our way.
You wouldn't believe that, though, would you? I don't believe that either. It's like Egypt. You just think it's hot all year.
Yeah. Well, this is it. I mean, they say the land of 365 days sunshine. Yeah, that's factual. But in winter, you have to see the fucker before you can get warm in it, because the sun is so low. You know, I mean, say, if I'm inside the house, say 7 o'clock in the morning, it's probably around 6 to 7 degrees. I'll go outside my back door and it could be 7 to 8 degrees. I'll go on the street and it's probably about 9 to 10 degrees. Now, as the day advances, let's say 11 o'clock in the morning, which was usually the time I went out doing the filming, it would be about 12 degrees in the house. That's with no heaters on. Outside around 15 in my garden. On the street, because it was in the so-called full sun, it could be 22 to 23, a nice temperature. And that's the only way you'll get warmth, unless you've got access to your roof, which I haven't here because it's owned by another guy that owns the third flat. So yes, it is very cold in winter. That, and I'm right close to the desert as well, because just behind my house is the Nile, which you'll see on one of the vlogs. And then on the west bank is the mountain range. Behind that is the edges of the desert. So during the night, you've got a terrific drop in temperature in the desert areas. And that cold air comes blasting over the mountains, and it's Alfie. So just one of them things.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, see,
I've got isn't it? Shocking.
Yeah. I've got 2 or 3 5-story buildings of apartments very close to me. And because the sun is so low, it's not that late in the morning when it totally disappears behind these buildings. So that cancels all the sun in my garden. But I've also got a lot of foliage in my garden. Again, you'll see it on a vlog, because I vlog my home as well. If anybody who's interested in see what the lifestyle's like. So that creates a lot of shade. Now, I would rather put up with that coldness in the winter, because that shade is so important to me in the hot summer months. You know, June, July, August, leading into September, it can hit 50 plus here.
Yes.
You know, so that has a cooling effect on my property, all these shaded areas and the trees and that. So I just let those grow rampant. So it swings and roundabouts. I would say if you're cold in the house, I've got 2 heaters on now. It's nice and warm here. But if I walk, like from where I am now to my front door is exactly 100 feet. I measured it. I had nothing to do one day. As I get like 20, 25 feet into the building towards the front door, it is icy. And I mean icy.
Yeah.
You literally need to put a pair of jeans on leaving my lounge, because I'm sat here in just short sleeve and shorts and I'm comfortable. I've got a t-shirt on for the first time.
Yeah.
But going down there, you want a long sleeve shirt on and a pair of jeans, just 25 foot away from where I am now. That cold.
Oh,
so I tend to be very quick making a drink of tea and very quick bringing it back. It's bleeding freezing stuff.
They are typical houses, though, aren't they? Typical houses. They're not really built for keeping in, allowing in heat. They're they are the temperature that they are.
No, it's I mean, so it works in winter to some extent. It does retain heat because of the way they're constructed. But in summer, the internal walls, if you touch them, they're quite hot. And they retain all that daytime heat as well. So it's like living inside a giant radiator.
Yeah, giant oven.
At night time, when it does go a little bit cooler outside, it doesn't inside the building, because all that heat is bleeding out into your room.
It's like the sea, isn't it? Like the sea. The sea can be quite warm all year because it doesn't really have a huge sort of variance in temperature, because it's so big, and B is it's just like a house. The temperature variance is quite small. And Rudy said about Thailand being the same, saying that it's not always hot all year, which it isn't. I mean, it's just been cold this last month or two. They've had down to about 8 or 9 degrees in Thailand. So,
I talked to to Nook nearly every night after she gets in from work, and it's been absolutely freezing in her room. You know,
Yeah.
she say it's extremely cold for the time of year in Thailand at night. So, but you do get acclimatized to it. You know, your body does change over quite easily from the hot and cold seasons.
Yeah.
More so than, say, it would do in the UK, where the weather system is so arse about. You know, you really don't know if you're going to get a cold 2 weeks or a mildish 2 weeks, or it'd be pissing down for 2 weeks. You know, so your body has no two set seasons sort of thing, hot and cold.
Yes.
That's what I found.
Yeah, you can't really judge. I mean, like yesterday was okay. Today's a little bit warmer. Tomorrow will be probably colder.
Well, 3 or 4 days ago, it was really nice at 7 o'clock in the morning. I could have quite actually had a drink of tea outside.
Mm.
You know, the temperature was like 5 or 6 degrees different, and it made it okay.
Mm.
But then it disappeared as fast as it came, and we were back to very cold weather.
Mm. It's yes. Well, we're obviously very British, aren't we? Yeah, Alfie, because we're talking about the weather.
Well, yeah, and British people do tend to moan about everything, don't they? At any given opportunity. And even though I've lived in Egypt for 12 years, I'll moan about anything at any given opportunity. It's it's part of your makeup. It's genetically imprinted from the day you're born to complain about things.
Complain.
Yeah. That's why the first sound you make when you're born is you're crying. You know, you're really pissed off, right? Like,
that's right. Coming out of this nice, quiet, warm place into the world. Yeah. I don't know.
The way I look at it, there's always loads of people worse off than you. So really, you shouldn't complain about anything.
No, that's right.
You know,
I'm very happy that somebody else is being unlucky for a change, and I'm not being unlucky anymore for a little while.
Yeah. No, it's but for the grace of God walk I situation, isn't it?
Hmm.
Anyway, I'm going to end this little impromptu chat because I want a drink of tea.
Yes. Well, it's lovely chatting to you. I'm sure it's been enjoyable for everybody else.
Yeah. Alfie was really into it.
He was. Hello, Alfie. Alfie.
Slept right through it.
Is he going to send any naked cat pictures to JC?
No, I think he's a bit troubled about something at the moment, to be honest with you.
Oh, is he? Oh, poor love. Oh, terrible.
Seems a little bit withdrawn at the moment. It might just be an ageist thing because he's an old man now.
Yeah. Well, when you're old men, you do get grumpy, don't you?
Yeah. I think he's about 20 in cat years.
Is he?
Say a dog is 7 to 1, isn't it? Something like that.
7 to 1, yeah, 7 years.
I think they say it's 2.5 cat years to 1 year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, 10 years. So he'll be in his 20s now.
That's pretty old.
Yeah. Well, a friend of mine, he came to live in Egypt, her and the husband, a similar time to when I arrived here. They brought a Siamese cat with them. God, it was a scrawny little thing. Now, when they brought it over, believe it or not, they'd had him for 20 years in the UK.
Wow.
And it died about four years ago from moving over here. So in cat years, that was a very, very old cat.
Yes, about 50.
Yeah, it was blind in both eyes.
Oh.
It had either a kidney or a liver problem, which eventually saw its demise. But that cat, 12 months of the year, it didn't matter if it was in high summer, and its little black basket in front of one of these warm air blowers. And that's where it lived 24/7 because it felt the cold so bad. It was really pampered. Yeah, it still got up to use the toilet and have some food and drink. But if you were in the UK or any other European country, for that matter, when a cat gets so ill, you'd probably have it put down, comfortably.
Yeah.
But you can't do that in Egypt. It's against Islam to put an animal out of its misery. Yeah.
Oh.
You've got to either be able to fix its illness or let it die of its illness. You're not allowed to put it out of its misery.
Oh.
Which is a big problem. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to do this vlog. ACE, Animal Care in Egypt. It's a UK registered animal charity.
Yeah.
And they do sterling work. 99% of the treatments are totally free, whether it be a donkey, horse, cat, dog, budgie, if it's Egyptian owned. If Europeans have treatment, same as myself, we always give a good donation towards the treatment. They have vets visiting over from the UK, training and what have you. And they really struggle, because they know the only option for this particular animal is to put it to sleep. It can't be cured. It's going to be in pain for the remainder of its existence. But they can't do it.
They can't do it.
All they can do is trying to make the animal as comfortable as possible and just let nature take its course. And I really, really disagree with that. That's one of those examples where religion takes a nosedive. Such things, you can't really enforce it, but it is heavily enforced. Because it's the biggest sin on the planet, suicide. Not only does it disgrace the person that's committed the act, but also the whole family lives in disgrace for the rest of their lives. And that disgrace goes from one generation to the next.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something they have to. It's the same with rape. If a girl gets raped in the family, it's automatically her fault. There's, that the law doesn't question it. It's her fault.
Right.
And it's also a major disgrace for the family. Something they have to live with again from generation to generation.
Wow.
And a lot of the families will say it's the daughter's fault. You've disgraced our family. Even if she was attacked by 3 guys in the street and gang banged, it's her fault. How was a girl supposed to protect herself with overwhelming odds like that?
Exactly. It's a bit draconian, isn't it?
It's her fault. Well, the thing is, at the end of the day, I would say, I respect anybody's religion. I don't necessarily believe or accept all the religious beliefs, but it's all part of accepting another person's religion. I mean, so I just haven't got the right to question it.
No.
You've got the right to discuss it, but no one's got the right to change another person's religion. That's why I've not much interest in religion, to be honest with you. So, especially the Christian religion. Well, that's another story.
Yeah. we'll leave that one for another day.
Yeah.
Mm. Well,
Anyway,
that's great.
I need a cup of tea, so I'll go back onto chat.
Yep, it's good talking to you.
Yeah, and I hope Lloyd's recovered.
He's all about changing his ticket now. He's saying, I can postpone my ticket, can pay the difference, and come in August.
Yeah. He can go and see Mickey the Pen in Pontypool.
Yeah, Mickey
High
the Pen.
Street. No problem at all. He can get whatever ticket he wants.
I can get anything I want by Photoshop. I've told you that.
Yeah. No, Mickey the Pen, he's a professional. Even Photoshop couldn't do it as good as Mickey.
All right.
Okay.
Dear.
Yep.
Catch you
I'll
later.
leave you. Yeah, leave you and cross back over.
Yeah.
Bye,
Cheers.
all.
Bye. Oh dear, that's good. Mickey the Pen. Go and see Mickey the Pen in Cardiff. You'll be all right. Lloyd. We're just gonna have a little 1 minute break. This is really for those people who are thinking themselves that they want to become a bit more than just a viewer. They want to be a bit more than just a subscriber. They want to really help the channels grow. And there are 6 channels that you can choose from. In fact, you can subscribe to all of them if you want. And they all have their own unique personalities. Now, if you are one of these people that really want to support me, then become a Patreon. And of course, you get loads of benefits for being a member, and also your monthly contribution can be as small as 1 cup of coffee per month, and that is it. Will go a long way to helping these channels grow and continue producing high quality products. Right, okay then, so we're in the last quarter. It's coming up to 4 p.m. I see, so that's pretty much our deadline. So, yeah, unless somebody's got some burning issue that they want to chat about, or they want to come on and have a chat as well, so you can come on live. There is a link that you can have. You can come on and say hello, have a little chat for 5 or 10 minutes if you wish. The link which you need, which is just there, so you can click on that, come on and join me live on air, or we could chat about whatever you like. As I say, the interesting story there, if you didn't hear it, was the Duncan Smith is a petition to block the ex-Works and Pensions Secretary from receiving his knighthood. The organisation, the petition, has already attracted 120,000 signatures already by 11 a.m. today. He was the orchestrator of and the architect of the cruel and extreme welfare reforms. So the whole thing about benefit cuts were his responsibility, and despite him resigning in 2016 and doing a complete U-turn, saying how much he regrets doing it, it has nothing to do with that. He is guilty by his actions. Allegedly, he's also responsibility for the many people who, when they were under the cuts, they actually died from it. So he has allegedly responsibility for that. So I can appreciate, and I think that he doesn't deserve to receive it, to be perfectly blunt. I agree with the petition. Whether it will actually make a difference, I don't know. But you can go on to it, and it's right here. It's in the Mail Online, so go on to the Mail Online. I can put a link. Let me just put a link. I can put a link in chat so you can go and have a look at it, and also sign the petition, because it needs a few more. I don't know whether it will make any difference whatsoever. It probably won't, but it's worth a try. He's already obviously been knighted in the New Year's honours list, but that can be taken away. Whether it will or not, I don't know. It was given by Boris Johnson, I think, is another twat who needs to be removed from power, but there's not a lot we can do. That's it. I can't find the link. Where's the link to the... It's on change.org. Change.org. Don't know where the link is for that. They haven't put a link to it. That's annoying. So if we do change.org, search Ian Duncan Smith. There we go. So this is the thing that you need to sign. It's got to have 150,000. It's got 143,000 at the moment. So this, oops. We can copy. I've already signed it, so I don't need to do it again. How many Thai water buffaloes do you have to save? Yes, that's right. There we go. So that's the link to the petition, which obviously you can sign. But as with any of these government officials, they're never brought to task. I mean, you've only got to look at what's his name, Blair, for his involvement in the Iraq and Afghanistan and all of that, when weapons of mass destruction were not found, and he said that they were. I mean, a complete liar, and he had loads of people killed as a direct result of that decision to go to war. But nothing was ever done to him. He wasn't taken into account. And I don't think that anything will be done in this case, but we as people, we have the power to show our discontent. That's what it is, discontent and disagreement with this. Whether it happens or not, that's another matter. Just like Brexit, it will never happen. as far as I can tell. There was an article today. There was an article about Brexit not happening for another 2 years. There was a. Let me just see if I can find it very quickly. Brexit deadline. Yeah, here we are. So, EU chief says trade talks deadline may need to be extended. So, they're doing everything they can to prevent us from going, but this is the latest story. So Boris Johnson is planning to leave on the 31st of January with it finally being done by the end of the year. But they are trying to make it difficult. So whether it happens or not is still very much up in the air, as I had predicted before. So it's nothing new. Anyway, people, I want to thank you very much for watching today. It's been a pleasure. Yes, Andy, quite right. It would probably been blown up by then. I don't know. It's been an absolute pleasure. Now, of course, the next epic live stream is on Tuesday, and we're going to be doing this mega world domination, this time zone thing. As you can see, the time zone is now coming up for Rome is coming up to night time. Very soon. It's 5 p.m. in Rome, as you can see. So Tuesday we're going to start with Perth. That will be about 2 p.m. or thereabouts, somewhere around 2 p.m. I believe. It might even be 4 p.m. I don't know. Hang on, I got to work it out. They're 8 hours ahead. So that'll be 4 p.m., wouldn't it? See you on Tuesday. So it'll be fun, I reckon. It'll be pretty good. Thanks, everybody. It's been great. Tuesday afternoon all the way through to Wednesday morning. It's great. Of course,
initiating shutdown sequence.
Initiating the shutdown. It is, of course.
Goodbye.
Goodbye,
everybody.
What time is the Kazakhstan stream? If I even knew where that was, somewhere over here, I believe. As Charlie Bince, which is we could do.
My micro-mechanism thanks you. My computer tapes thank you. And I thank you.
Right, let's find out if it's a happy ending or not.
Is this a happy ending or a sad ending?
It's an ending. That's enough.
It is an ending. That's enough. Of course. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you. Oh yeah, don't forget, thumbs up, like and share.
Harry, are we ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Then let's do it. All hands, initiate shutdown sequence.
Now, come along, you two. Say goodbye to the fishes. Goodbye, Tish. Goodbye, Tosh. We have to stop now, but Andy Pandy's coming again soon. Goodbye, children.
Andy's waving goodbye, goodbye.